Every time he preached halfway through, he'd slip into the small storage room to take a break and sneak a little drink to perk himself up. But he had no idea that this seemingly harmless little habit would end up getting him killed that day. Just like always, he followed his usual routine and ducked into the storage room. Jude continued leading the service, but the moment he brought the cross up front, he heard a loud thud. He turned toward the sound and saw Weeks already lying on the floor, terrified. Jude slowly crept closer to check. Only when he got near did he realize Weeks was lying in a pool of blood. Just then, Nate stopped him. As a doctor, Nate clearly knew better. He rushed over immediately to examine Weeks' injuries, but after checking, he confirmed Weeks had no pulse. Sirens soon shattered the church's peace. Police took away Weeks' body and sealed off the entire chapel right then and there. Jude became the prime suspect. He and Weeks had never gotten along, and someone had even recorded them arguing just before the incident. What baffled Jude even more was that the murder weapon, a dagger, had a handle identical to one he'd taken from a bar. Jude went pale, his hands trembling uncontrollably. He had no idea how to explain any of it. Jude used to be a boxer before becoming a priest. He'd been reassigned as an assistant priest under Weeks' parish after punching a deacon inside church grounds. On his very first day, Weeks made sure to put him in his place. In Weeks' eyes, Jude was there to steal his job. Jude could only sigh in frustration because he never wanted to be there in the first place, let alone try to take over. But over time, he discovered Weeks was colluding with Martha, the church accountant, embezzling funds from the congregation. That was something Jude couldn't accept, so he confronted Weeks directly, urging him to stop. But instead of panicking, Weeks just laughed and even threw a punch at him. From then on, Weeks began isolating and undermining Jude, banning him from prayer meetings, and even physically attacking him in front of the whole congregation, just to assert his authority. Frustrated and helpless, Jude started drinking alone at a bar. When he left one night, he took a wolf head ornament from the bar's lampshade and, in a fit of rage, smashed the church window to vent his anger. The next day, during Mass, Weeks stepped away midway as usual to rest in the storage room. Jude took over the service. It was his only chance to speak openly to the congregation. He'd planned to expose Weeks' embezzlement, but before he could say a word, Weeks collapsed right on cue, leading to the scene we saw at the beginning. Facing the sheriff's interrogation, Jude was completely lost. He could only keep repeating that he wasn't the killer, with no direct evidence. The sheriff had no choice but to let Jude return to the church, though he wasn't allowed to leave town during the investigation. Feeling utterly helpless, Jude returned to the church, knelt before Jesus, and prayed for guidance. Just as he wrestled with what to do next, the church doors swung open. Enter Blanc, the brilliant detective. Instead of focusing on physical evidence right away, he sat down for a deep conversation with Jude. Unaware of who Blanc really was, Jude opened up completely. By the time the sheriff and his team arrived, Blanc already knew the truth. He was certain the real killer was someone else,